Hi, boys and girls. Today for science, we will be learning elephants and how they live in a group. And we are going to read Elephants of Africa by Gail Gibbons. And this is a pretty long book, so you're going to notice me skipping some of the pages. So let's go ahead and get started. A herd of African elephants make its way across the vast savanna. Elephants are the largest living land animals. A herd is a group of the same kind of animals. So when we see a group of elephants, we don't really call them a family of elephants. We would say a herd of elephants, which is a group of the same kind of animals. African elephants also live in forests. So here's a map of Africa, and all of the dark orange spots are where elephants mostly live. An elephant's trunk. The trunk of an elephant is a combination of its nose and its upper lip. It is strong and flexible and has many uses. So an elephant's trunk, they use it for breathing, smelling, drinking, communicating, reaching and pulling, showering, eating, digging, and even snorkeling, which I think is pretty cool. An elephant's tusks. Tusks are large teeth that grow out of each side of the upper jaw. An elephant uses its tusks in many different ways. Tusks start to grow when an elephant is very young and continue to grow throughout its life. They could be as long as 13 feet and weigh as much as 200 pounds. So let's read what they use their tusks for. Stripping off bark for food, digging for water, digging up roots for food, defending their young, males battling over a possible mate. So let's talk about this last one. So when there are two male elephants walking and they both see a female elephant, what they do is they fight over her. So they're fighting and they fight with their tusks. They kind of bang into each other. And whoever wins the battle gets to be with the female elephant. For about 2 years, the young calf will need to drink gallons of its mother's milk every day. At 2 years old, it will continue to nurse, plus begin to eat leaves and other grown up foods that its mother is eating. At about 4 to 5 years old, it will be completely weaned off its mother's milk. So, this part kind of reminds me of us. When we're babies, all we really eat is milk. And as we grow up, we soon to start eating grown-up foods. And that's the same thing with a calf. And a calf is what we call a baby elephant. Elephants are social animals and live in family groups of about 6 to 12 elephants. The adults are all females, usually a mother and her daughters. The rest are their calves of varying ages. The members of the group stay together. So when we see a herd of elephants, all of the adult elephants in that herd are going to be females. They're all girls. And then when we have the calves or the baby elephants, they can be sometimes they're girls, sometimes they're boys. So all the adult elephants are females. And what I found out was that when a herd of elephant sees a calf or a baby elephant all alone with no family or herd, what they do is they bring that calf elephant and make it part of their family, which I thought that was pretty cool and really nice of them. Young male elephants joust and play with one another, learning how to defend themselves when they go out on their own. They usually leave the family group at about 10 years of age and live with other young bull elephants. So when we have a male elephant, they start learning how to defend themselves in the wild. And when they're ready, they leave the herd elephant and they try to find other young boy elephants. The female elephants, they always stay together, but the male elephants, they go off on their own and find a different herd. By the age of 25 to 35 years old, a bull elephant is likely to be living on its own, but usually not far from family groups. And so after a young male elephant grows up, it leaves and it's on its own. They call them bull elephants. So think about adult male elephants. And they actually don't really need to be part of a herd or a family group. They stay close, but they could actually live on their own. Females stay with their family group and help to raise the young. When the group gets too big, one or two adult females, usually sisters, go off with their calves. Together, they start a new family group. The family group is led by the matriarch, usually the eldest and most experienced female. She knows her home range, how to find food and water, and how to avoid enemies. So, in a herd of elephant, there is a female elephant that we call a matriarch. And that is pretty much the leader of the herd. She is the oldest one, and she knows how to find food and water, and she knows how to take care of the herd. So in each in each elephant herd, there's going to be a matriarch. And that matriarch is always a female. Elephants don't like to be separated from one another. When they come back together, they greet one another by flapping their ears, making screeching and trumpeting sounds, and, and winding their trunks together with affection. When the food in the area is gone, family groups may join together and form a herd. They move on. Other than humans, elephants' only enemies are hyenas and lions, which have been known to kill baby elephants. The scent of a lion or hyena strikes fear in all elephants. If they can't get away, the whole group will do what is necessary to keep the calves safe. So let's say there's a calf who is drinking water, and all of a sudden they see a hyena. And what the elephants do is they circle around the calf. That way the hyena can't get to it. And so the hyena kind of backs off a little bit because if you think about it, an elephant is really, really big. And a hyena, not so much, but they can be pretty dangerous to baby elephants. And so the herd will do whatever it takes to make sure that calf is safe. And that's kind of like what we talked about when we talked about a family. The job of adults is to take care of the children. And that's kind of like the job for adult elephants. Their job is to take care of the calves and make sure they're safe. And then one other thing I want to mention is it said that hyenas and lions are enemies, but unfortunately, humans can be enemies too. So there are people who tend to hunt elephants. They hunt them for their tusks. And so that is why it's really important that we protect these elephants. All right, and that is it, boys and girls. So now it's your turn, or it's gonna be your job to act like elephants. So you're gonna go back to my Google Classroom and you're gonna read the directions. Have fun, first graders. It was great reading with you today.